Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are, and welcome to Mini Indie Game Reviews, a place where I'll be reviewing indie games that are quick, sweet, and straight to the point. Today we're going to be looking at Thunder Ray, which is an indie title coming from the developers Purple Tree, who has produced games like Alazo, Pompu, and Pets No More. And for what I can gather from their official website, their goal is to create high-quality arcade retro console games. With their HQ within Argentina and offices within Canada, their staff has years of experience developing games and interactive content. They feel passionate about what they do, and it shows within the quality of their products. And they really ain't lying on that. Today I got the PlayStation 4 version, but I played it on my PS5, so let's get into it. The story is pretty much straightforward. You play as Thunder Ray, a champion among champions in the field of boxing. He is the best of the best, but out of nowhere, one day an alien randomly shows up and zaps him into another arena. However, it appears to be within another world or dimension. Let's just say that we're not in Kansas anymore. So now, Thunder Ray, along with his partners who strangely knows things, gives advice and comes along, now has to face off against otherworldly creatures possessing different martial arts styles, magic, and things of your imagination. And in my honest opinion, the story of Thunder Ray really isn't this game's strong point, but it does its job to hold on to my attention. This game looks beautiful. I mean, they really knocked it out of the park with how crisp, fluid, and high quality the animations are. Even when I booted up the game and saw Thunder Ray, I couldn't help but to think of this man as being the Black Kazuya from the Taken franchise. Considering the similarities of this image reminds me so much of Kazuya from the original Taken animated movie. The style and the attitude of the characters are creative and definitely possess a certain unique charisma to them. When in the ring, when somebody gets punched, blood starts flying, faces become disfigured, and when the final blow is delivered, sometimes organs start flying everywhere in a gory manner. But let's look at how the character move. I mean, it's fast, it's full of life, and it's just, well, it's all in the detail. For example, just look at your muscles whenever you block, and look at the facial expression Thunder gives, remnant to how I feel after my 12-hour shifts at work. And if you aren't familiar with my other reviews, I kinda look at the differences between the initial trailer and the final product, and I like to recognize the certain changes that I see. For example, the people in the background and the style of their super gauge. I did the glow up. Oh yeah, and also, I don't know if anybody over there at Purple Tree is a Dragon Ball Z fan, but I kinda see the inspiration behind this character that kinda looks like a grown adult version of Garlic Jr., or pretty much a messed up Namekian. But anyway. Thunder Ray is a fighting game reminiscent of the classic games like Tough Man Contest or Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! As a matter of fact, Thunder Ray is a combination of both gameplay-wise, but just updated to modern status. So the player takes control of Thunder Ray from the third-person view behind him. Here, you not only see your fighter's point of view, but it is easy to understand from which direction your enemy is going to be attacking from. Via your directional buttons, which you have at your disposal for defense measures, is to simply dodge left or right, duck for high attacks by pressing down, or strengthen yourself to block by pressing the up on the directional pad. But if you do this, you end up taking chip damage for doing so. For offensive measures, Thunder Ray has a fun assortment of attacking. You have your upper and lower jabs dedicated to each face button. You can also push L1 to power up a punch to deliver a blow infused with electricity. As the player defeats their opponents and continue with the game's storyline, you're beginning to notice this little bar located on the left side of the screen. This bar fills up with every hit that you land, and when it's full, you can deliver a devastating attack. As the story progresses, this bar matures until instead of having one, it'll have multiple for different powerful attacks. But my advice is to save up your energy and to use it when necessary, or at least as a last ditch effort to get back some traction lost. Now within each round, you will see your health bar and you'll also see your opponent's health bar. It's the player's mission to knock out your opponents first, and you'll have about 3 times to do so, and so does your opponent have towards you. But when you're knocked out, you'll have to continuously push this button before the countdown ends so you can get back in there. But on your third, if you lost your third round, man, you might as well just hang it up. It's pretty much a lost cause from there. What I like about this game is that it starts to mix things up considering the opponents that you face off against. You go from fighting a boxer, a magical mage, a reality bending entity, and pretty much some other things that your imagination can bring up. Then on top of that, some of your opponents can give Thunder Ray an ailment status such as being confused that inverts your controls and also being poisoned as well. But regardless of whatever is thrown at you, always remember the basics and you'll be alright. Well, mostly.
Now win this battle.
When it comes to the sound design department, Thunder Ray sounds pretty good. When the punch is thrown, it sounds very satisfying, or at least to me whenever it lands. Especially when you do one of your charge up attacks and hit that electricity. And whenever you block, it sounds like I was supposed to be with a muffled impact or a person knocking on something solid. And lastly, whenever something extravagant happens, the crowd vocalizes their input. This is just a couple of cues, but then when you're fighting, there are some cues to let the player know like you're in danger. For example, when you're coming close to death and is about to be knocked out, the music muffles and drowns out, giving a sense of danger or losing consciousness. But what really took the cake for me are the voice actors, all of which possesses a certain attitude to them with a baritone voice deeper than Barry White's or that chick from Venture Brothers. You'll be able to experience this via the win or lose declaration from the narrator and lastly to your friend giving you pointers.
Hey Thunder, let's beat this amateur challenger.
But overall, as far as the sound design, yeah, it's pretty good.
Fight.
The music of Thunder Ray is really as generic as can be, or at least within my personal opinion. It's nothing really special or focused during the gameplay, and to describe it would be electronic infused funk. Some of the songs that are played within the background doesn't possess much of a personality, but the game itself probably knows that, considering that all of the sound effects drowns out and overpowers the music during the gameplay, somewhat implying that music is there but really isn't a focus again. Actually, the only time I remember the music becoming somewhat of a focus is within the form of these cutscenes that would periodically appear for exposition, and that's about it.
Ray's unmatched skills, leaving the audience in awe. For Ray.
Overall, Thunder Ray was enjoyable to play. The game looks good, it was fun, but the only downside is essentially due to the reason why this title is within the mini indie game reviews and not within a normal game review. This game is ridiculously short. I mean, it is aggravatingly short. Then, to put the cherry on top, it ends on a cliffhanger. Like, who the hell is him? I mean, hopefully we'll be able to find out at least. But yeah, that's just my experience. And if you want to experience what I'm talking about for yourself, you can pick up a copy of Thunder Ray, which is now available for the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and Steam for PC for only the price tag of $15. If this game interests you, go ahead and pick up a copy for yourself. And until next time, be safe out there, and peace out.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit up that notification bell, and I gotta go.